video, we're going to have a look at finding the term-to-term rule for two sequences. Now, a term-to-term rule allows us to find from one term to the next. So it relies upon knowing the previous term in order to find the next term. Now, when we write down our term-to-term rule, we need to write down the rule for getting from one term to the other. But we also need to write down the first term given to us in the sequence, because this means that anybody can use our answer to recreate the sequence themselves. So in my sequence 1, I'm going to start by saying, how do I get from one term to the next? So I get from 4 to 6 by adding 2. I get from 6 to 8 by adding 2, and I get from 8 to 10 by adding 2. So this tells me that the rule for this sequence is to add 2 to the previous term to get the next term. And then I'm going to state that the first term is 4. So now anybody could recreate this sequence. So let's have a look at the second sequence. Now this is using negatives, so it's a little bit more tricky. So again, I'm going to have a look at how do I get from one term to the next. So to get from minus 9 to minus 12, I'm going to subtract 3. To get from minus 12 to minus 15, I'm going to subtract 3. And again, the next two, I'm going to subtract 3. So this tells me that my rule is subtract 3. Now I'm also going to state my first term. So my first term is minus 9. And these are my term-to-term rules.